Oh my God, that's too loud. Sorry. We're still recovering from last night. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah,
Soy. What it was in Soy 7 last night.
Soy 7 was loud. Yes, Soy 7 was loud last night, which obviously sparked the whole idea about what we'll talk about today. Let's talk about retirement. God, I think we're getting older, and the music's getting louder or something. Oh my God, how do the kids deal with that? Like I remember standing in front of the speaker stacks at an Angels concert in 1979 down in Homebush somewhere, and I was right in front of the left-hand, my left-hand speaker stack. And ever since then, I've had hearing problems, tinnitus and everything else.
I wonder why.
But how do the kids cope these days? Like, if I could tell them, don't have the music so loud, you'll end up like me with tinnitus, Jesus. Mark in Thailand, g'day, how you doing? And Stephen Monash, it's the boys, hello. And was it Todd Austin? He's in the window. It's all right. I don't have to say hello to him. He's already here.
Just saying hello to Marky Mark.
Robert Mackin. Good morning, Warren and guests. Crew guests. They're not crew. He's a family now. But yes.
Morning.
I've got to get that. I've got to get that thing up. The fish thing, But yeah. But yeah. So yeah. You get older and the music gets louder. I don't know. Is that something I think there's some meme running around here. You turn down the music to see better or something. What is it? In the car, turn down the music to see better or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's
good atmosphere. But couldn't hear myself think. I couldn't hear myself talk. I couldn't hear Jerry, I couldn't hear Niall. I'm just standing there going, nodding like, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm lip reading, yeah. Was it some guy playing with those big freaking damn Jenga blocks? Mate, that was going to go. You could just see it. It was just like we've seen the Jenga games that has the little sort of like 1 centimetre square blocks. So this thing had big Jenga blocks, this long, and it was crazy. And I was sitting at that table. I'm glad I moved that from that table because once that went down, it went everywhere. It was crazy. They're probably wondering, you're out partying in Soy 7 and they're playing Jenga. Yeah, well, this is Thailand. Come on. G'day, Oggy. And of course, let me just fix that. He's not got his camera on, so we'll just take him off there until he actually puts his camera on. So, there we go. He's going to put his camera on, so there you go. Hello!
Morning.
You had to get
yeah, you can hear me. Okay.
That's right, Ralph. Turning the music down helps with the night vision driving. Yes, I know.
Also makes it so you can hear the sirens behind you.
Sirens? Behind?
Sirens? I don't want anyone chasing me. What sirens?
I was trying to stay ahead of the ambulance.
Yeah.
You didn't realise he's actually chasing. He's chasing you.
Exactly.
Weekender, g'day. Thanks for the subscribe. It's just part of the system with the what do you call it? The YouTube. We've had bot attacks on our channel because it's a scheduled program, and people, the bots start to pick up on that. Then they start spamming the chat. So we put on subscriber mode, and they went away. So sorry about the inconvenience, but you're going to wait a minute. The bots just can't wait a minute and do the clicking thing. Anyway, moving right along. But yeah, so we went out to Source. The bots will learn. I know they're pretty smart. But yeah, so we did. Well, we started at. Well, we didn't. We started at the Emporium yesterday, which was 11 o'clock in the morning. We had coffee and muffins.
Yes.
Then from there we went down to Susie's. We hung out at Susie's, just for what they call a relaxing Friday afternoon. We're playing with the new speaker box there for the Discord community, but there are just get some. Yeah, there we go. It's a little speaker box, and you put your phone in the top like this, and then the community can join in. But we're going to do some tweaking because the built-in microphone seems to be a little bit. Well, it might be the microphone, and then again, it might be just Discord. We're going to do some testing on that. We'll see if we can get that sorted out. But yeah, so. Well, we could hear Kimbo because Kimbo joined. He basically spent the afternoon with us, but we could hear Kimbo fine, and the audio coming out of there, it was quite, as if they were at the table, so they were part of the crew, and that was the whole idea, is having whoever's here, anybody joining in could be there too and be part of it and speak and communicate and all that sort of stuff. That was the whole idea. But what we might have to do, I might have to hack the speaker system and put a proper 1/8 and a microphone jack in there and put a proper microphone on it, so we can get a microphone into the centre of the table so that they can hear everybody on the table. Might be the way to go, but we'll see how we go. A little bit of tweaking. But anyway, that worked all right. So we were from Susie's from 2 o'clock through till 9.
9, yeah.
So it was all right, and it was a relaxing, light-paced drinking session. Because we're actually preparing ourselves to see how little drinking we can do, right, and still stay under the limit, but have some fun, with the drinking thing. Because we plan to ride in, was it Wyatt and Bill, on Easy Rider. I don't know who's going to be Wyatt and who's going to be Bill. I think I'm Wyatt, he's Bill. So Todd, he's Hopper, and I'm Fonda. Yeah. But yeah, the Easy Rider thing. So we'll ride in and then work on the one drink every 90 minutes sort of thing to keep under the limit. So you stay sensible and in a position where you can drive home. As I said, if we do miss a step, then we've always got Jerry's place to couch surf. We've got the Psycho's place to couch surf. We got a number of people we can couch surf at if we lose control. But the whole focus will be to stay under the limit so we can drive home safely, or ride home safely. It's fun doing the MRT and the taxis, but as I said to Todd, it's that ride home, at 11 o'clock at night from the city, it's just so cruisy because the roads are actually, I am going to say this: the roads from the city out to our place are pretty damn good, like 2 and 3 and 4 lanes wide, and when the traffic's off them, they're really a cruise. The nice little overpasses, and you just get in there and just doing 90, 95, 100 kilometres an hour, and it just feels like a really nice cruise. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. What, Monday or Tuesday you go? Is it Tuesday you go for your license?
15th, Wednesday.
Wednesday next week, sir.
Wednesday, yeah.
What's it, it's 11th today.
Wednesday, 12th. Tuesday? Hang on, I've got to double check. That's the problem with retirement now. I've got to keep tabs of the days.
Tell me about it. No, it's a Tuesday. There we go. It's the Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
So
Tuesday I go.
Don't forget. Otherwise you have to wait another month. But yeah,
it's in the calendar.
All right, mate. Good morning, Robert. Boss, g'day. How you doing? Turn the lights off to save petrol. That's it. Car lights. Yes. Turning the music down helps. We did that one. Yes. Robert Max. I am going to unsubscribe, then subscribe to get the free plug. Is that right, Stephen? Whatever floats your boat, it's all right. Paul in Sydney, g'day. What else we got? Mark was going to check out the Discord, but ended up rather. I'm sure that you were doing something similar down your neck of the woods, and that's probably why we were just no longer all that important. So, well, we can deal with that. It's all right. Did you get a skinful, Mark? Get on, come and join us. You're part of the crew. Come and join us. Yeah, Mark.
I think he caught up with
Andy. Andy's over here.
Now.
Andy
Stubbsy,
Stubbsy's over here. I was when I was out on Thursday shooting the video on Thursday. He was going to Icon Siam while I was coming back on the BTS. I thought, we could probably link up and hang out, but it's just one of those things, Trying to find somebody in Bangkok. It's a big city, even if you don't want to go into it. But yeah, I'm sure he'll be back. Sunny and Rain. Okay, that's a weird name, but it's usually a troll name. But that's we know how that goes. We don't care if you want to come on, as long as you sort of keep it under wraps. We're cool. You can join in. Mark and Tyler. Oh, yeah, okay, right. Go hopping. Yeah, Paul. G'day, me muckers. Yes, he didn't have any money. He spent his monthly allowance again in the first 2 weeks. This is something that's actually I've got a video coming out on this subject. It's not one. I think I've given it a different title. It should be out tomorrow, and it'll probably go up this afternoon for the Patreons and members. If I actually get my finger out and actually get it encoded. But yeah, so where was I going with that?
Money,
Wombat
living expenses, Wombat.
Yeah, that's right. Why don't people, think about this whole retirement thing and start plan for their own future, right? And it's not as if there is sort of some sort of unwritten rule, the fact that maybe you won't die at 75, maybe you'll live forever, and the government is going to protect you for the rest of your life. Where did that idea come from? It's to me that
Soylent Green.
Well, apart from that, but there seems to be this overall thinking problem with the world, that somebody is going to take care of you for the rest of your natural life. Who created that paradigm? That's a big question. And that's a serious question, because 90% of the population on this planet live from month to month, what they call paycheck to paycheck. And the difference in people retiring early and the normal people expected the government to look after them, when they're 67 or maybe 70 or however long it's going to be now, they expect the government to do it. What is that idea? What is wrong with that picture? Now this is not a whinge or a complaint or a rant. It's just it's a wake-up call. How do we wake the planet up on this one? And I don't mean woke planet. I mean wake the fuckers up, because it's annoying to think that people just expect somebody else to take care of it, right? If you're going to think about retirement, right, you just wake up and you are going to die, right? You think your government is going to look after you? They can't even look after themselves, or they can look after themselves. The Australian government, in one term, you get the golden handshake after one term in government. Looking after themselves. Talk about looking after the rest of the people, and that's it. You're a nobody. You're a pleb. But anyway. Comments, guys. I'm just going to rant about it. I just think it's ridiculous. But Marky Mark, whose birthday was it? No, it's not Mark.
Tuesday.
No, Tuesday.
Tuesday
coming.
Okay. Marky Mark. I missed that one. Okay. Brian Martin, cheers, mate. Yes, good on you. Tomorrow is promised to be. Tomorrow is promised to no one. Retire. Tomorrow is promised to no one. Retire early.
Early.
Yeah.
Good advice.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just more about the planning. There is a formula that's been fairly well adopted, and the way we look at it is your take-home pay, right? After they've had their grubby little fingers in whatever you make on a weekly basis, the first thing you do is what Robert Kiyosaki coined the phrase, pay yourself first. and that means take out a portion of that take-home pay and put it where you can't touch it. That's the key. G'day, Marky Mark.
Good morning, all.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, look at someone didn't get much sleep
mate.
last night, did they?
The shirt reflects how I feel. Lucky I had a driver last night.
Did you throw up on your shirt? Did you?
It was, I don't know how many hours. I think I got there at about 11, and I think I rolled home at about 11. I've got no idea.
So you did a 12-hour shift like us. Yes, okay.
But Andy was welcomed to John TM. Let's say he was welcomed in style. So.
Oh, good. That's what we love to see. Wazza Oz. There's another Wazza Oz. G'day, Wazza. But yeah, so the whole idea about this retirement early, just to recap, that take-home pay, take 20% out of that and learn to live on the rest and never spend over the rest, that 20%. And in 20 years, you can sit down and sort of say, right, I've taken care of myself, I don't need your help. Right? So, you could potentially retire at 40, if you did it that way, because 20% compounded interest, as soon as you got, maybe 10,000 in the bank, go and talk to a broker, set up some index funds, right, and just let that grow and just keep on throwing that money. Right, you might have superannuation, you might have 401k, you might have all the other things that the government is, we're doing this for you. Look, you can't guarantee it, but you set up your own.
401k is not a government fund,
isn't it? Well, it's
private fund.
But it's slightly it's encouraged across the population. It's
But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not maintained or controlled by the government at all,
Isn't it? Yeah.
Other than the fact that they limit how much you can put into it.
Okay, so there's a little bit of
Totally
government.
controlled by the individual.
Yeah, but if you do an index fund, right, through a brokerage, that's
You can do it. You can do it in your 401k.
Yeah, you can do it at 401k.
401k is tax-free money that
Right.
you put away. You don't.
No,
you
but-
don't get taxed on it.
Yeah, with index funds, it's a bit different. If it's not retirement focused, right, they will tax it, right? But hey, it's like you're making money, so the taxes and the making money part go hand in hand, right? The point is, it's yours. They have absolutely zero. They have zero fingers in it. That's the key.
401.
Yeah.
401's the same situation. They
Is it?
can't touch it.
Is that? Well, this is the thing. See, in Australia, we have superannuation, right? And
We
basically,
have Social Security,
well,
which is probably similar to your superannuation.
no, superannuation is
No.
superannuation. Super's a fund, right? Super's a fund the government has said, and they've gone to different brokerages and sort of they've given special tax compensations and so on and so forth, special rulings, right? But the trouble is, the government's already spent their money. They've had their fucking grubby little fingers
Right.
in the back door, right? And what superannuation is being built now for the people of Australia, right? When the younger generations are paying for the older people to retire because the government's already
that's what
fucking ripped the money off. Yeah.
Thank you, young generations of Australia,
you're
contributing
welcome,
to my
mate.
government
You're
subsidised
welcome, mate.
superannuation.
Yeah, and this is the problem. So 401 in America does sound like a lot better controlled. I wish Australia had it. But yeah, the point is, put that money, just look after your own self, learn to live on the rest. And within 20 years, you can turn around and make some serious decisions in your life, whether you're going to continue with the charade, right, working for the man, or even working for yourself. Like I had a business there running for 7 years, and I quite enjoyed running my own business. But at the end of the 7 years, I got sick and tired of being a freaking banker for these corporate national corporate entities that decide the fact that they wanted you to service them yesterday, but they wanted to pay you 90 days later. And what is that? I don't get any special deals with banking. I was a computer engineer. I wasn't a banker. Yet I'm lending these guys money, effectively, and I'm not getting interest. Anyway, I got sick and tired, but I decided that I'd go and work for the man as well.
I can give you the name of my bookie. He's the one who makes sure that I can retire here in Thailand. Looking for number 5 in the 5th at Doomben. Come on this afternoon. That's another month I'm staying here.
Oh yes, yes.
We did the coffee meet up at the Emporium yesterday, and Wazza did touch on the fact that what would it be like to go back to work? And there was 5 of us at the table, and I think that idea was shut down in about 45 seconds.
Yeah.
It took that long, did it?
Well, it's just you go through these.
Speechless, or
Now you get a lot of time on your hands when you're retired, and like in my case, a lot of things are always floating through your mind, and what you to do. Like I've had 5 years holiday, I'm looking for something different. If I can only just get the same encouragement to actually do my exercises, right, and get rid of this, this 1-pack and make it a 6-pack. I'd be feeling a lot better. But it looks like the keg's with me for a bit until I really do some exercises. And if I can actually get an exercise routine going on a daily basis, then maybe I could do, but I can't even get an exercise routine going. It's just like when I feel like it.
whatever happened with your pedal bike?
Well, I still have it. It's not a pedal bike. I got a walking machine, so I probably get on that once or 2 or 3 times a week. But I should do it. I should do that daily. But no, I wake up in the morning, I jump and log the computer in. That's it. And there's always something to do on the computer. Like, yet my virtual life is hectic.
What did you say to me on the way back home last night? I actually really thought about exercising. But after thinking about it, I got so tired I didn't want to do it.
That's it, yeah. But it gets like that, doesn't it? There was exercise. What else was there? There's another thing comes up with that sort of genre as well. It's this comfort zone. You get into this. You get into this comfort zone, right, at this level, and I don't know if it's going to be the same. Like I've often thought about, I could have done the retirement thing early in Australia as well, but I wouldn't have been able to do it in Sydney. I wouldn't have been able to do it in Brisbane. I could have probably done it, in Broken Hill somewhere. But who would want to frickin' retire in Broken Hill? There's no dancing girls. There's no beach. There's no anything. Is there something? Oh, plenty of red dust. But Balelo Johnson. G'day, Mr. Johnson. Thanks for the subscribe. But yeah, so where on the east coast of New South Wales or even Queensland gives you a moderate cost of living. If you bought yourself in like a $150,000 home somewhere between Rockhampton and Mackay, where you got access to some water or beach. There are possibilities, to do it in Australia. But again, the grubby little politicians will make it difficult for you. They just have this money grabbing aspect to their life, and you can't do anything outside the norm. At least over here, you're pretty much distance 7,000 kilometres away. You can have your stupid laws and everything else. Just leave us the fuck alone, really. That's what we have here. You get comfortable, and Thailand is a comfortable place to live in. There's a few little things you've got little stepping stones you've got to deal with, like the language, which is something. That was the other thing we were talking about. Well, we were talking about language, so we got exercise and learning the language. They're the 2 things we got to focus on. Oh my God. ESM, g'day. How you doing? From gloomy Bangkok, is it? Yeah, it's looking a bit overcast out the window there. Excuse me.
It's been a bit drizzly here this morning as well.
It's a bit grey.
Yeah.
But yes,
no, the rain came down on Thursday. Cleaned everything away.
Did it? Yeah, they did clear things out. Yeah, we're only I did the particular check yesterday at Susie's. It was only 55 ppm auditors, the 2.5 mandate. It's only what they call a PM 55. What is it today anyway?
It's Saturday, I think.
78.
I haven't got a clock on. I've got no idea.
The AQI in Bangkok right now is 78, so it's still fairly clear, but it's very overcast. But like last week, we were pushing 200, 220 last week. It was getting very, 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 very dusty. Anyway, so there's a couple of questions there. What's here in the station? I have 2 years and 9 months left till retirement. Good on you, Waz. I hope my toes don't curl up before then. If you don't mind, we asking you, Waz, how old are you? Right? And you say 2 years and 9 months. Is that away from 67, or is it you're looking at retirement early? It's good to see it counting down. Yeah, put the countdowns there. Get the countdown clocks going. Stephen Monash. Guys, I dyed my hair dark brown just off the phone with SC. Bars laugh like buggery. SC. SC. Okay, I'm obviously not picking up the move. What's SC? Social Security? No, that's SS.
Yeah.
Senior constable? I don't know.
Oh, you look like Steven Seagal. Really? What, young Steven Seagal or old Steven Seagal?
Right, so ESM, just call him Mama. Okay, Mama. Mama Noodles. Love Mama Noodles. The hairdresser says that I do it like an idiot. I did, yeah. Fair enough. I'm 57, 58 in November. Okay, so you're hitting you're looking down the barrel of an early retirement. 60 is a good age to retire. It's where you still can walk around and have fun, and you don't need a walking frame. Mind you, my back these days is, if I don't get my exercise done, I'm going to need a walking frame in the next year or two. I'm telling you, oh my God, I'm going to get this stuff loosened up again. I need more sexercise. That's what it is, darling. Where? Oh look, there's Pope Spastic is playing in Purim on our Imperium stream. You're what are you doing? You're playing Imperium while you're live streaming with us. Oh my God.
Well, yeah, When has that ever changed?
No, that's it.
It's just like a normal work day for you.
It is, Sam. I'm 46, still long to go for retirement. 46, this is make some plans, if you've got property, pay off the mortgage early, throw cash down there. You're not going to need the house if you come here, minimize that mortgage because, that's just dead money.
Well, I plan on renting my place out for more than the mortgage.
Well, that's what you do.
Yeah.
But again, while the bank takes a good 4/5 of it or more, you need to think of other ways around that sort of shit. Maximise the profits.
Take 4/5. Where do you get that?
More than 8/9.
Numbers in the ether, Oggy.
11/12. Depending on the
he's pulling those figures off the internet out of his brain.
That's it. It is.
It's that 5G special power of his.
Oh, I got my 5G shot. Yeah, I got my 5G booster. Yeah, and I checked my internet speed when I was at Susie, so I was getting 85 megabits per second download. I usually only get 45 megabits per second, so the nanites must be working.
That's right. You got the upgrade.
Yeah, but I'm still not getting 5G. I think I got to put a 5G SIM card in for the 5G access. But
he said he's what 2 years 9 months. I'm 2 years 11.
Midlife crisis means you need to buy a Harley or another watch. Yeah, Stephen Monash, that's exactly right. But you don't buy a Harley. You got to buy something that's decent. You don't buy a decent ride. Harleys.
A Honda Click.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Something a bit faster.
Don't knock the Honda Click. Do not knock the Honda Click.
But
taxi going down Boulevard Tony Sahar, and the Honda Clicks that cruise up the left-hand side.
Oh.
I've got one. A mate of mine's got an Aerox 155, mate. He can't get me off the lights, but I do. But those cubic inches do take off after a while. But off the lights, nothing beats the Honda Click.
Yeah, so you know, me and Todd, you know, like just drop it back a gear, just click, and just go. Bleh. None of this wind it up like a rubber band. Like it's just we're off. Click, yeah. You know, you can actually make them faster if you actually use your feet to pedal along the road as well. You know.
Ha 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 ha.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, moving right along. Plan on 62 in April. Now planning on 65. Well, yeah, what happened there, Ralph? That was a bit of a sort of a letdown, is it? I know he was telling us a bit before the stream started that these what's the name? Let me scroll back. Oncologist was advising against it. Yes, the early retirement. Unfortunately, you know, having health issues is a major problem. You know, if you've got health issues, then you do need to look at a different paradigm. But yeah, it depends on the motivations behind it. You know, and again, if there's any young people listening, you know, don't burn the candle at both ends when you're 25. You know, think about your health a bit, you know, so that you actually do make it to the 65. Because a lot of young kids these days, oh my God, I can't believe the stuff, what they're doing to their bodies these days. It's incredible. So ESM, he lives in Bangkok since 2006. Oh, that's cool. So he's got a lot more experience than me. I first started coming here in 2005, but the ex-wife took a lot more than the bank does. I've heard that does happen. Don't worry.
Need a better lawyer, mate.
No, what you need to do is, you know, when you're 25, when that supposed heartthrob starts to, you know, get under your skin, you got to weigh the fact that, you know, well, if I just went to a prostitute 3 times a week, I'd probably save some money, you know, and it's a different girl every week, you know. It's got to weigh that up, and then they can't grab it at the end of the, you know, because quite seriously, a prostitute 3 times a week, you probably end up more sex than you will in marriage. That's for certain. Jesus, did I say that?
but can you get the prostitute to clean?
Well, that's where you get a live-in maid. You know, she can't take anything. You know.
That's the way to go instead of the prostitute.
Hey, Dallo.
Dallo, g'day. How you
Morning,
doing?
Dallo.
Right, so ESM, no mortgage here, right? House in Bronte, house here in Bangkok, and the family house in Greece. Life is good, just annoying that we can't travel these days. Yeah, the travel thing's a bit of a shitter at the moment, but things are looking up. We were talking to some people last night. One of the girls I know in Nana, who's before the COVID thing, we were talking to her because she's got some great tats. And I was talking to her and asking her about, you know, who her artist was, because she lives around our area, or lived around our area. We've moved out of the area now. But yeah, so we're talking about, you know, tattoos. That was 2.5 years ago, was the last time I spoke to her. She was still at Sexy Night there. So I started the conversation again, and she says, yeah, well, we can still sort of organise some tattoos. And I was just saying, I was quoted one guy doing a sleeve there for 20,000 baht. And she says, oh, no, that's Farang price. We can do better than that. And we've got Todd sorted out. He's going to get his yak sack. We actually go to the temple in
Yak Sank.
Yak Sank.
Yak Sack.
Yak Sank. Oh my God.
Yak Sack is very different.
Yak Sank. He gets his yak sank. Anyway.
Traditional with the bamboo needle.
Yep. At a temple, right, and in Nong Kem there for 300 baht.
They hurt like hell, those bamboo. I'd rather have the gun, thanks very much.
No. But I need some wake up time. Yeah. It'll be awesome.
So when he gets his bike, so we're going to go and sort of, we'll message her and say, well, you know, Todd's ready. We'll come and pick you up somewhere, and you can take us to the temple and introduce us to the monk there, and get his yak sank done. Would I get a yak sank? Well, I may consider getting one as well. The whole idea of an hour of somebody tapping on your back with this piece of willow, what is it? It's a bamboo, isn't it? Does it actually have a
Bamboo,
does it have a metal tip on it, or is it just bamboo?
Yeah.
It does have metal.
Yeah, it has a metal tip. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we may both get yak sanks, you know, because I've got a space in the back there that I could probably put it in there. I was going to put a chaos star there, but maybe I get a yak sank. I don't know. Yeah, that's another story for another day. Moving right along. What do I say? Just need to stay on the company. Yes, Ralph says he's got company health insurance, which pays for any of that sort of shit, which is awful. Yes, thank God health science has come a long way. Well, this is part of, Ralph, this is something that really sparked my thoughts. For some reason, I read an article about 2 weeks ago, or maybe a week and a half ago, talking about medical science and longevity. And they're now sort of saying it could be as early as 10 years from now where age death becomes non-existent. With the medical science and the progression of medical science we've got right now, within 10, well, the article spooked was more like 20 years from now, but 10 years from now was, they were sort of saying, between 10 to 25 years from now, what they call age death will become a thing of the past, right? Because the drugs will just keep you going, and the article goes on to how long should you live? You know, I know the Bible talks about, I think, was it Moses? He was 900 or something, wasn't he? Supposedly, of course, these are fictitious fables or whatever. I don't think they had real calendars back then. There was actually there's just a sort of tribe in South Africa. That they found people were living to 150, 160 years old, right? But with a bit of research, they found out that these people were having 2 or 3 birthdays a year.
They had a birthday every time it snowed.
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, so
Thailand, they have 3 bloody New Years.
3 New Years,
Yeah.
My missus says she's 30, but how old is she? I don't know.
Why
Exactly.
does she look like she's 10? Is that what you're saying?
I jumped on. I jumped in the deep end. I fly to Thailand, fly on Thailand Pass. So you're coming on a Thailand Pass on an OA visa, or are you coming for a holiday and get for your O visa when you're over here? What's the deal there? Anything done? Boss, anything done to you with the words sack? Yeah, exactly. We'll learn. As I said, we're going to be learning Thai, so in a couple of weeks' time we'll start talking Thai. We'll start talking Thai in our live streams, and we'll start teaching all you layabouts some Thai words, because we'll be practicing. So keep an eye out for that one. Accent, do you make a wish before they start? I'd wish not to get blood poisoning.
I'd wish not to get sepsis.
Yeah, I think it's all good. It's all good. These are religious. Well, they're spiritual symbols. They keep the demons away.
Tell them you want to get drunk at the same time as they do the tattoo, and just have them keep dipping it in the alcohol. Gain it by osmosis.
Whenever I watch your videos, my wife in the background asks if it's that Aussie guy. She reckons that you are very polite, your partner, and she likes the way you're polite and talk to what you're like. This is just ethics. I suppose I had good teaching from my parents, although I never give my parents really any major credence in my life. I think they had some ethical bones in their body, and they'd pass it on to me, and there's a way of looking at life as being ethical, and I hope I taught my daughter the same thing, because she doesn't talk to me anymore. But you get the idea. There's certain things that you teach your children. putting your children out to home care because you both got to work or something like that. Just how do you grow your children that way? I've always had this mandate. Yeah.
I met up with a retired Sydney school teacher who's building a house down around where I am here, and he and his Thai partner absolutely love your channel. Absolutely love your channel.
Yeah, just YouTube
doesn't. Out there, John. G'day, John.
G'day, John. It's only YouTube thought it was actually sort of something that would grow their platform, but unfortunately I don't call people out. I don't get narcissistic. I don't go off to. I used to have a few like that, but basically it's just retirement here. Life is just a bit cruisy. But because it's not drama, it doesn't rank on YouTube, which I think sucks. But yeah, hey, if we could just find some topics that are drama free, but still rank, I'd probably go down that track. But unfortunately,
Thailand drama free YouTubers.
Yeah,
doesn't exist.
Exactly. I know.
That algorithm will never work.
Well, yeah. What are we up? We're just looking. 9,850 something subscribers now. We're moving in on the 10,000 mark. It's growing at a steady pace. Maybe it's got maybe there's a magic thing. It hits the 10,000 and maybe the algorithm changes. I don't know. But if you only made a bit of money off that, it'd be actually good. You know what YouTube's like. They take 30% of everything. Then the government takes, the American government then takes another 5%. Then the Australian government takes whatever they feel like as well. So I do it for the love of it. I heard you mentioning, Wazza, the drugs will keep you going. They already have called it Viagra. That stuff there.
Things from the dead.
Well, that stuff will give you a heart attack, I'm sure. Methuselah. Okay, thanks, Dalla. Methuselah is 900 plus. Unfortunately, he died at 30. Is that right? Yeah. How many birthdays did he have to be 900 plus? I don't know. Yeah, so Chanya has some classy style, and things have got really, really passionate in the last few weeks because if you haven't been following, we've had Nuk Yung. She's split up with her boyfriend of 9 years, right? And so this has like sparked a new thinking process in Chanya's head. Her best friend, and the boyfriend have split up because he couldn't get to Thailand because of all the bullshit lockdowns and everything else. And he's one of those guys that can't get more than 2 weeks off in his job, so he was doing 1 to 2 week trips to Thailand every 2 to 3 months, when he could get off time. So he could never really get back to Thailand to see Nuk Yung. And after 2 years of that bullshit, he just sort of says, look, I've got to go on with my life. I can't continue this long distance relationship without contact with you. And so they broke up. And so Nuk Yung, she's distraught and in Chanya's ear, and then of course Chanya's going, I've really got to keep my boyfriend. So she's getting really, 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 really frisky. And then my back is starting to really hurt. Oh my God. But anyway,
why are you pointing at me, Marky Mark? Or what are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing. Nothing. I'm a good guy. I'm a very good guy.
I know you'd be a perfect gentleman, and be able to offer comfort to this poor young innocent girl that's so distraught.
We won't mention we won't mention that little comment that Chanya came out with the other day about social networking stuff. But yeah, Todd is already a marked man. Don't worry. Right?
Oh wow! we look forward to that upcoming instalment.
4 months, Mark.
4 months, yeah, I know. It's just one of those sort of things, isn't it?
The problem with the
Look, Brian,
I have to paying for it anyway.
Brian Martin, a bit of match, mate. I'm standing like seriously, I don't want to lose friends over some sort of failed relationship. Sorry, I'm staying right clear of that shit. You sleep with your own problem. Yeah,
like that, Dalo.
It looks like somebody threw up in your shirt.
Yeah, I haven't changed from last night at the Wombat and Kiwi bar, mate. So it was a blue shirt when I got there.
I got my Deadpool on, so my Deadpool's my go-to.
I've got my anonymous.
Dark Side.
Pink Floyd.
Dark Side.
Dark Side of the Moon, anonymous, Deadpool, and Mark's got a shirt looks like somebody fucking threw up all over him. Oh my God. Todd Austin, wondering how long it'll take you to start wearing tie-dyed. Oh yeah. Stay clear of that shit. Elephant pants and tie-dyed. Right, that's it. We will send you home. Okay.
No, not happening. Not happening.
Not happening.
Not happening. No. No, Deadpool will do me. Deadpool's probably as far as I'll go.
Yep. On the topic of learning Thai, I refused to even try learning, even though I lived here since I can say about 5 words max.
Each to their own. Each to their own. I like to engage with the local community here. I'm not always out with my missus. I'm often out by myself and filling up the car with petrol. You need to be able to say "Gao Ha Ten Tung" and pay the money and move off. So
Dem Tung,
full.
Yeah, Dem Tung.
Dem Tung.
Yeah, we'll teach you about fuel at some stage.
Sorry, my tongue still hasn't recovered from last night.
Well, talking about that, I mean, I want to learn language, and I want to inculcate myself into the culture. That's the whole idea. I've got a very good Thai mate now through my shopping experiences at Home Pro. He understands English. He's good, not excellent, but he's the nominated English guy to talk to Prang in the shop. So we chat, he explains, he said, not this one better for you, and we built a relationship. I get a message from him Thursday, Todd, we're going to the Groove Market, which is a local night spot area up here in Salia, and had an awesome night, and I was the only Farang there. And between us, we're talking Thai versus English and everything like that. 2 o'clock in the morning, I finally get the taxi home. So each to their own. If you want to just have your situation, but I believe in finding out what's around you, and the best way to find out what's around you is to communicate with the locals.
Exactly, couldn't agree more.
And like English is a second language here. You'll hear a lot of people to say that it isn't, but English is the second language here in Thailand, and a lot of Thais.
I'd say third. You've got Isan is a separate language to the normal.
Don't get technical. Like I know there's like 7 versions of Thai language, but let's just call that Thai. Second language is English. Like signages on the roads have English. You can quite easily live here in Thailand without learning. Well, apart from Kator Krap, Kapon Kap, and a few other, maybe half a dozen words. You could live here indefinitely without having to really learn to speak Thai. There's no doubt about that.
But like Todd said, it's how much engagement you want to have with the local communities and the people.
It is. It's about, like at the moment, like we put the aerial cable in. They put an aerial on the roof, for live air TV. Had that cable put to Mum's room for her TV and one to the lounge room, right? And they fixed up my power down for the water filter thing, so they've got that underneath it. Right, the 2,500 or 2,300 baht for that job done, all tickety boo. Right, I couldn't have organised that because there's a lot of words, exactly how you want it done, and that's a challenge. But I would like to step in and do it my way, because what I would have said, why did you run the cable from there all the way through here and around there, and around the top of the we've now got a white cable with pin catches everywhere, right? Whereas we already have a aerial circuit already built into the house. All you needed to do was lift a tile on the roof, right, plug into the socket up in the roof, right, and that would have done the TV down there, and you can run another cable down the wall this way to mother's room, because it's just under the same. That's what I would have said. But hey, I wasn't in the discussion. I would have preferred to do that rather than have the cable laid the way it was done. But hey, for 2,000 surrounded baht, they're happy they've got live air TV now rather than internet TV.
Well, Wazza Oz just made a good comment there, and what I found is that Isan, there's a lot of similarities between Isan Thai and English. A lot of similar words are almost the same in English as what you say. Not all, but just a few, a handful. Between Isan and they sound very, very similar to English.
Yep. Living in China, this is Paul. I didn't like the Chinese language at first and didn't want to learn it beyond the basic words to get by, but after a few years it was picking up naturally. I'm the same way. I don't know, maybe the guys that have heard me out there out and about, I'm always throwing in Thai bits and pieces left, right and centre without thinking about it. It's becoming sort of a little bit, learning by osmosis. You're always in it. But I don't even think, like if a Thai person says, potai mai, I go, potai mai da. That's it. That's the answer. I don't want to get involved with them testing me out, right? I just don't speak Thai. Right, and then Port Hungry, okay, and then starting talking English, but that's me, I just avoid the situation. But I'm hearing Thai all the time, and I understand a good deal of what's going on around me. I just don't have a technical language that I can step in to correct the Thai way of getting things done. Does that make sense? There's this everything you do in that. There's the Thai way or the highway. But if you know the Thai language, you can actually sort of do things and get things changed, which is something that I would recommend learning. Why you would learn the language.
So my missus no longer calls a truck, she calls it a ute. She's just informed me now that brunch is ready because it's halfway between breakfast and lunch.
Lunch, yeah.
And when she sees those great big things that goes up and down, she calls them a cherry picker.
Really? Oh my God! So you're teaching her Aussie. Oh my God!
Oh yeah. It's not English. It's Aussie.
But that goes both ways, Mark. I mean,
all right, yeah. Look, we in all seriousness, we sit down and we do a lot of English, probably predominantly more teaching her English. But in the same time, we'll sit down of an evening over a glass of wine and we'll go through my 10 Thai words for the day, and then we'll recap on 5 of the words from the day before and 5 from the day before that. So, but like Warren, you said, right? The longer you're here, you tend to, without even realising it, you're picking up every other word from a Thai person, and you're responding in Thai without even thinking about it.
Yep. And my biggest problem here is mothers from Sukhothai, and that's a different language again.
By osmosis, go hopping, exactly right.
Sukhothai Thai is not like Isan's, not like Chiang Mai. It's a completely different language, and really, I struggle. I struggle to listen to the words that she talks about. I know from the situation what she's talking about, but really that's not the word I learned for that. It can be challenging, but the more I learn Thai, the more I'll learn. But as I said, we are definitely going to be embarking. If we can get the exercise program down pat and the Thai learning program down pat, we'll be good, right? So we'll start teaching everybody here on a Saturday morning. We'll do our 1 hour Thai lessons starting from about 4 weeks from now. Is that right? Tune in.
You want to impress someone from Thailand, and you, instead of saying Aroy Muck, you can say Sep Lai.
No.
That's Nissan for the same, Sep Lai.
Oh, you see a lovely girl. You see a lovely girl on the street there, or in the bars, and it's "Kun mi fan mai?" And when she says, "My mi fan poor, my me poor," then she says she doesn't want to.
All right, I'm going to go and have my brunch, guys. Enjoy the rest of your chat.
Okay, well, we're 5 minutes up to wrapping up anyway, so we're good. Good to have you. Good to have you here, Mark. We always love to have you along.
No worries.
You are.
I'm all moved in now, Warren. So I've got a little bit more time on my hands. So.
You are part of the crew. No. If we're
I'm coming to you from Studio 64 or 54. Whatever it is.
Studio 54. Yeah. All we're going to do is get you gaming, and a real size motorcycle would be good.
A little bit of Melbourne there. About that.
Yeah, a real size motorcycle, and you know you'll be part of the crew.
Well, I've been convinced to buy a brand new Fortuner, so it looks like the Fortuner's coming before the
really,
before the big
mate.
bike. So there you go.
Yeah, those things they guzzle the fuel. Those Fortuners. Why do you need a big truck like that?
Well, I've got this, Warren. Bitcoin, mate.
Yes.
Oh,
really? Oh, you're good.
And my bookie says, "Go for it, Mark. I've got the daily double and the Quinella all locked up for you." So.
Okay, Mark. Thanks for joining us.
No worries, guys. Pete.
See you, mate.
I almost said peace out, but I can't say that. That's copyrighted. All right. See you guys.
Peace out. Peace out. How do you, Dalo says, Wazza Oz, how do you say, are those bats fresh and ready to eat?
You got to learn that in Chinese.
Anyways, go hopping. Mark's wife is learning Aussie Moses. Osmosis.
Learn through osmosis instead of osmosis. Yeah.
Aussie Moses. Well, Chanya knows 4 Aussie words. She knows yep, nope. What was the third? We covered these.
Oh my god.
Well, no,
Oh my
wasn't
God.
there?
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. What's the fourth one? G'day. G'day. She can't quite get the pronunciation on g'day, but they're the 4 Aussie words that she knows. She's doing pretty good. If I'd had Dalo, no need to be fresh. If you deep fat fry them, then they're good. Good cooking and eating bats, really. Oh my God. The whole conversation's turned into a wet market. But anyway, we are wrapping things up. We've got a couple of minutes to go. Hit that like button if you love this shit. You know, we're going to keep on doing this until you tell us to fuck off. And I'm sure Stephen's going to come on and tell us to fuck off in a minute.
Stephen Monash will tell you to fuck off. Cue the music.
Get the music. We'll be sitting around having a chat, you know, off air, you know, swearing and cursing like we usually do, and probably getting some gaming done. Watch Oggy die a bit, and see if we can get Todd upstairs and on playing his game. Oh my God!
I probably passed you up on death today.
Passing up the death.
My new cables arrived, so I can actually set up the screens properly now.
Yeah, you can get the screens done. Yep. So he should be joining us this afternoon. Did somebody say Stephen Monash? Yes. We're always picking on him. Anyway, we're gonna queue out of here, and we'll catch up with you next week. As I said, you know, hit the like button. There's the video coming. I got 2 videos in the can, which will be out next week, and we'll be doing more. So you know, while you guys keep on, you know, engaging with us, we'll keep engaging with you, and the crew will grow. Anyway, I'm out of here. It's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from him, and him, and I'm not going to speak for them. They can say goodbye themselves.
Bye. See ya.
Have a great week, everyone. See you next.
Yeah, Stephen Monash has chestnut hair. I didn't see his picture. I don't know. Anyway, we're out of here. Later, guys. Yes, have a good weekend and stay cool. Bye for now. If only I could pipe that music with the closing screen back and it would be good. Then you'd know when exactly it was finishing.